Once upon a time, in a small monastery nestled high in the mountains, there lived a group of monks who dedicated their lives to the pursuit of inner peace and enlightenment. One of these monks was named Jaya. He had been a monk for many years and had studied and meditated deeply to find the peace and happiness he was searching for. Jaya was known throughout the monastery for his wisdom and kindness. He was always ready to help his fellow monks and share his knowledge and experience with them. Despite his many years of study and meditation, however, Jaya felt that something was missing from his life. He had heard stories of great monks who had achieved enlightenment and experienced profound inner peace, but he himself had not yet reached that state. One day, Jaya decided to speak with his master, a wise old monk named Rahula, about his search for inner peace. He approached Rahula and bowed deeply before him. "Master," Jaya said, "I have been searching for inner peace for many years, but I still have not found it. Can you help me?" Rahula smiled and placed a gentle hand on Jaya's shoulder. "My son," he said, "inner peace is not something that can be found outside of oneself. It is something that must be cultivated within. You must learn to accept yourself and your circumstances as they are, and find contentment in the present moment." Jaya listened carefully to Rahula's words and resolved to follow his advice. He began to practice gratitude and acceptance, focusing on the blessings in his life rather than the things he lacked. He found joy in the simple things around him and learned to let go of his attachment to material possessions. As Jaya continued to practice, he felt a sense of lightness and freedom in his heart that he had never experienced before. He found himself more at peace, even in the midst of difficult situations. His fellow monks noticed the change in him and began to adopt his practice of gratitude and acceptance as well. One day, a wealthy merchant came to the monastery seeking advice. The merchant was known throughout the region for his wealth and success, but was unhappy and unfulfilled. He had heard that the monks of the monastery were wise and sought their counsel. The merchant met with Jaya and explained his situation. "I have everything that anyone could want," the merchant said, "but I am still not happy. I feel like something is missing from my life." Jaya listened intently to the merchant's words and felt a pang of empathy in his heart. He had been in a similar situation himself, and he knew how difficult it could be. "My friend," Jaya said, "happiness cannot be found in material possessions. It must come from within. You must learn to be content with what you have and appreciate the blessings in your life." The merchant was intrigued by Jaya's words and asked to learn more. Jaya shared with him the practice of gratitude and acceptance that he had learned from Rahula. The merchant listened carefully and felt a glimmer of hope in his heart. Over the next few weeks, the merchant visited the monastery regularly, seeking Jaya's counsel and learning from the monks. He began to adopt the practice of gratitude and acceptance and found that it brought him a sense of peace and contentment that he had never known before. One day, the merchant returned to the monastery with a gift for Jaya. It was a beautiful, intricately carved statue made of the finest jade. "This statue is a symbol of my gratitude for all that you have taught me," the merchant said. "Please accept it as a token of my appreciation." Jaya looked at as the days went by. The monk became increasingly restless. His mind was constantly filled with thoughts of the gold, and he became more and more agitated. He was unable to focus on his meditation, and his behavior began to change. He became irritable and easily angered, and his fellow monks noticed a shift in his energy. One day, a wise monk who had been watching the greedy monk's behavior approached him and said, "Brother, it seems that something is troubling you. What is it that is causing you so much unrest?" The greedy monk confided in the wise monk about his discovery of the gold and how it had consumed his thoughts and desires. The wise monk listened patiently and then said, "Brother, it is clear that the gold has become a great distraction for you. It is causing you to lose sight of the true purpose of your practice, which is to find inner peace and enlightenment." The wise monk then suggested that the greedy monk should give away the gold to those in need. At first, the greedy monk was hesitant, but as he thought more about it, he realized that this was the right thing to do.
So, he decided to distribute the gold among the poor and needy in the nearby village. As he handed out the gold, he felt a sense of joy and fulfillment that he had never experienced before. He realized that true happiness came not from possessing material wealth, but from giving and serving others. From that day on, the greedy monk's behavior changed for the better. He was able to focus on his meditation and find inner peace. He continued to serve others and found that the more he gave, the happier he became. The lesson of this story is that true happiness and inner peace come from within and cannot be found through external means such as material possessions. It is important to cultivate a spirit of giving and to serve others in order to find true fulfillment in life.